All right, we're back after a little bit of a hiatus. Tonight we're having on Young Bars the Medic. Of course, you can always go to www.empiremusic.com. That's www.empiremusic.com. Check out our radio partners. Find out how you can be part of the funder or a executive producer of the Underground Experience documentary, as well as being able to have your own promotional segment or be a sponsor for the Underground Experience Radio Show. We're getting ready to get Young Bars the Medic in just a second. As always, you can also go to our YouTube page to see the past episodes. We'll be trying to put on past episodes of the Underground Experience on our YouTube at least once a month. Okay, we're trying to get him in just a second. Of course, again, that website is www.empiremusic.com. Music spelled MUSIQ. Go to the blog to see some of our past interviews. And also find out how you too can be a part of the Underground Experience. As I said, we're just trying to get him in just a second so we can start this interview. All right, trying to get him in here in just a second. Trying to get him to join the live as we have him on. As we will try to get him on. All right. Hopefully get him on in a second. And like I said, we have a lot of things going on lately.
What's going on, man? What's going on, bro?
Going on. We got Young Bars the Medic coming in.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. Yes, sir.
Basically, what we do on this platform is, give you a chance to talk about your background, how you got started, um, and how you see the scene where you are, and how the scene has grown basically from when you got started till now.
Okay.
So you said you had your partner coming on as well,
Yeah, he should be coming on in a little bit.
Mr. Bats.
Yeah. He was on the that's my cousin, man. He was on the album with me also. We
Okay.
created that last album together.
All right.
There you go.
Sir, what's going on, man? How you doing?
All right. Of course, we got Mr. Bats in the building as well. Um, so I'll start with you, Young Bars. Basically, saying, give me a little background on, how you got started, how you basically really kind of formed what you wanted to talk about and what you wanted to be about in music. So,
Yeah, man. I got started a long time ago. Probably about I say probably about when I was about 11 or 12. Um, Me and my brother, we used to be in a group called More Fire, and we went and did music on stage with them, and we was a gospel rap group.
okay.
And yeah, man, and that was my first time getting a taste of the stage life, and um what I'm saying, being on the road and doing music. And I fell in love with it then, making beats and all that type of stuff. So yeah, I kind of came into it at a young age, and I never stopped.
Mr. Bats, how about yourself? How'd you, get started coming up?
I actually started. Well, I always had a love for hip hop, a passion for it. But I actually started a little later in my life though. I started. I was probably about 25, so and I just tried it out, and then I always had a passion for it, love hip hop, but never really tried to really write it, making it music myself. But after a while, I started doing it, and then fell in love with it now, and I just been sticking with it ever since.
Yeah.
So what was your kind of first inspiration, you know what I mean, that kind of really, made you feel like you could do it?
Uh, More so, man, really just seeing how hip hop took a change during the years. I fell in love with like the '90s era, so the old school hip hop, and over the years I saw how it kind of phased out and kind of died a little bit, so to say. and I wanted to bring it back really. So I was like, man, I got tired of hearing like the mumble rap. So I said, man, you know what? I'm gonna make some real music. So, and I just tried it and actually pretty good at it. So I've been sticking with it.
Mr. Bars, excuse me, Young Bars. Same thing to you. What specifically, was a specific artist, that kind of drew you into it?
Uh, well, it was actually a couple of them. Getting me to rap, I would have to say I would have to go with Busta Rhymes because that his style back in the day was mostly it was kind of out there, and you know what I mean. It was kind of different from all the other styles at the time, and that lead me to listening to Outkast, and which led me to Common and Common and Nas and other people in that lane. And so yeah. If I have to choose one out of those guys, man, it would probably have to be Buster because that would be probably the first album that I listened to all the way through. hmm
What first album was that?
The Busta Rhymes album, uh, the one, the Doomsday one.
Okay,
Um, yeah. The one when he was count. It was kind of like a doomsday clock. He was counting it down. I can't get the name at the moment, but yeah, it was definitely Busta Rhymes.
definitely. Mr. Bat, your first foray into the studio, how was that? How was,
The first, you said my
first
first
time you
time in
got
the
a,
studio.
yeah,
It's pretty good. Well, actually, man, I'm kind of like independent on how I record. So actually, I kind of like record myself, and I kind of do everything like in house. I really don't really, I haven't really recorded in the studio before. Only a couple times, but most of the time, I kind of like do everything myself, and I just get somebody an engineer to just master it for me.
so everything's kind of like a home studio.
Yeah, yeah, mostly like at home.
How about yourself, Young Boss?
Can you
Um,
run it?
was the kind of your first time in the studio? What was it like for you?
Oh man, my first time in the studio. My first time in the studio, um, I was basically just in the background watching my brothers. Because they was there and they had the group, and I was young at the time. But what I would do is when everybody's gone and everybody's out of the studio, I would sit there and I would listen to the beats. I would listen to the beats, zone out, and try to write my own stuff. And that's how I got my first experience, man. Just being in the studio, watching my brothers create the music, um, um, and watching them just create a project. It was a passion to me to want to try and do that myself.
You talking about trying to write to the beats. That leads me to my next question. You know what I'm saying? What is your writing process like? You have a specific kind of way you do things. Is there a
Yeah.
specific time limit on
Um. Well, with my process, I like to kind of zone out, listen to the beat, um, study how the beat talks to me, um, and I go from there. Mostly go from there. It's kind of like a building process with me. First, I got to hear the beat, understand what the beat is saying to me, and then I mostly always start with the hook, but sometimes I will write it out if I'm feeling the verse first. Um, but most of the time I go for the hook because I try to see exactly what that beat is telling me. And most of the time when it's telling me something, it manifests itself through the hook. So I actually end up writing that the first time, and then I go on through the verses and so far like that.
And what's kind of that process, time wise? You have a kind of set time, you kind of come back to it, leaving. It's kind of like an hour, you know.
Well, with me, I kind of take time. I kind of take probably if I have to give it a time, it'd probably be like an hour or 2 hours. Then I'll take maybe some time to rest and play with my kids, do family things, and then I probably go back to it. So all together, it might be like 2 hours, maybe like intervals during a day. So it'll be like 2 hour intervals during the day, and it probably won't be like simultaneous, but it
Hmm.
probably will be like you know stretched out between the day. Depends on like say if I'm working that day, that'll be a factor to play in how fast I will probably do my time in between time. And then like if I'm off, then I may like stretch that time, maybe relax a little bit more than I would, and go from there. I just learned that process. I just kind of learned a new process to that. Implementing my battle rapping and stuff. It kind of helped me learn how to write in a new light, which kind of speeds up my process. So those 2 hour intervals might be uh I might be able to write way more in those 2 hours than I used to.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Mr. Bats, you know, what's your process like, kind of?
I kind of like, so when I get a new beat or whatever, me and the beat kind of become one. I listen to it and play it over and over and over until kind of like what my cousin said. The words kind of like come to you, over time as you continue to listen to it and you vibe out to it. Eventually, like I said, you and the beat become one. I don't really have a specific format of how I write. So,
Hmm.
sometimes I might hear a beat and the words may come to me fast. So I might can some songs take longer than others, but not all, they all different time limits. It may take me a day to write one song, depending on the uh the challenging scenario of the song. It may take longer. So if it's just a normal song, how can I say this? Like if it involves a lot of storytelling and detailing with it,
Hmm.
it may take a little longer then. But it just all depends on what the song about, the topic, what I'm writing about. But how all that come along is, like I said, I just vibe out to the beat, and whatever I feel like the beat is leading me to do, that's just how I go with it.
Right. All right. So you talked about subject matter. What's one of the subject matters or different subject matters you try to touch on?
Most of the time I just write about my life or either experiences I've seen in other people's life or the environment I grew up in. Just things that reflects my life and what I've seen in my lifetime most of the time.
Young bars
Or
yourself.
I will have to uh uh go with the same thing my cousin just said, man. Kind of write what I reflect in my life. And like a lot of people, I think a lot of people may have said this, but yeah, I never run out of stuff to write when it comes to my life because I've seen a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot of stuff. Um, and I've been in therapy, and being in therapy kind of helped add extra. extra spice to it. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
like now, I've heard one of my therapists tell me like, man, you should write a book. So
Hmm.
I'm like, well, I kind of am. I'm writing a book, and that book is through my music, and with myself going forward. I'm hoping to let the people hear, saying the story of my life, and with my new albums that I'm working on, and so forth, moving forward.
Right. Okay. As far as the scene where y'all at, well, where specifically, you are y'all from, and what's the scene like there?
Well, Carolina, we're both from North Carolina. I'm from Wilson, specifically. Um, I have to say, my place. I love my town. We have changed a lot in the past couple of years. Um, uh, both I say both, like when it comes to um the political side of things, and with the criminal side of things. I mean, everything has basically went for the better.
Okay.
Um, yeah. And with that being said, uh, I feel like it's my mission to kind of you know, let the world understand what my city's trying to say. And like I feel like me and my cousin, we pretty much are like the perfect people to explain that message.
Mr. Batts.
So I'm also from Wilson, North Carolina as well, and like as far as music, hip hop, so to say. I mean, it is what
Mm,
it is. I feel like the scene ain't as big as I would like it to be down here, as far as the love for the hip hop. But um, you know, I don't really dwell on it too much. I just do what I do. I figure, hey, it's billions of people in the world, so you just gotta make music and just it'll reach the whole world. But I try to like I don't stay stuck in my environment where I'm from. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
No doubt.
And
No doubt.
and kind of like the abbreviate on what he just said, because that's true. That's definitely true, man. Hip hop is kind of is kind of scarce down here from where we stay, and that's why I kind of I'm loving the fact that me and bro is actually trying to bring that to the forefront, and actually trying to push that scenario, because down here it really is a lot of gangster rap and trap rap, and for hip hop it really don't get as much uh, love as I think it should down here. Yeah.
No doubt. Are there specific places, that are able to showcase where your music? Are you able to perform at different places
Oh yes.
As far as like in Wilson,
in your city, in the surrounding areas?
yeah, yeah. You may have to travel a little distance, not really far, but yeah, uh, it's places around where you can go and do things. You even can perform in Wilson too. Don't get me wrong. It's areas down here where you can perform at too. I just feel like the uh the support for hip hop it ain't as big here, but if you branch out and you go maybe like Raleigh, Charlotte area,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like yeah, you'll get more love there or whatever.
Is there any particular places that y'all, have traveled to and performed that you like to travel to? Different venues.
Well, I've been to Charlotte. I did a lot of shows in Charlotte. um I love performing in Charlotte. It's like when you go to Charlotte and you perform, they're gonna love you there. They just want to hear the music, and that's what it's all about. to me. Like the people that wants to hear the music and want to have a good time. I love that scene. I did some shows. I did a like I think I did like 2 shows in Atlanta. Atlanta, they the same way. They love your music. They just want it. They want you to be heard there. Um, like Cuz said, it's a lot of places to perform down here in Carolina and also in the town. But I feel like in order for us to actually be heard, we have to hit those places, like some of those places that I just talked about, um, and the surrounding areas, because it's not really as prevalent in Wilson, in state, in town.
So, but as far as I haven't really performed at that many times yet. So I'm just branching out into that area of the music world. I've done one in Charlotte with my cousin actually, and I've done a couple in the hometown. But yeah, I'm ready to branch out, man, and go around state to state, man. I feel like I gotta let the whole world hear my music. That's how I feel.
Right.
That's what's up. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Um, as far as what kind of beats y'all pick out? What kind of sounds are y'all looking for? What kind of sounds you usually gravitate to when y'all are writing?
Well, I can. I'm actually thankful that I actually started making beats at an early age, because that was a time when I first started making beats. That was a time where I everybody was making beats. It was like everybody. If you was an artist, you made your beats. It's like that was the way. It's not like that today so prevalent. Like most people, buy a beat quicker than make their own beat. So, um, making my own beats, I used to always fall in love with the soul type samples and stuff like that, soul type. And with making my own beats, I also learned how to pull and create my own samples. So and I'm a s- I love soul. I love I like trap soul. I do I'm mostly on the conscious music type side, but I do
Right.
everything. I'm kind of versatile. Um, but I love the soul. I love to pull from the old school, from the legends, and like and listen to, dig in the crate, so to speak, and see what I can use and what I can't use, and and see what, and explore. I like to explore and see what sounds good. I've always been a piano guy. I make my own piano samples and chords and stuff. I always been a guitar guy. Um, I can play the piano, but usually I with the guitar and stuff, I kind of use the samples. But I do know my ear from being in church, all growing up in church, and like yeah. So I think church has a big aspect to do with the fact that I love soul. So yeah, when you hear my music, my beats, it's mostly going to have like some type of soul to it. Um,
Right.
if not, I'm probably on somebody's stuff or featured on something. But me personally, I gotta have an element of soul in it. Um, that's just for like my personal artist opinion.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I gotta have the soul and or either a lot of guitar, something to make you feel like you might be in a time machine going back in the day.
Right.
So I'm mostly boom bap type. That's like my favorite, the boom bap sample beats. But I feel like I can probably do well. I know I can do anything, but my favorite though. If I'm rapping with somebody else, I will get on their vibe. But if it's me in my own personal project, then it's probably gonna be mostly sample beats, boom bap type rap.
Yeah.
How important do you feel that that is to your sound, to what you're trying to get across?
Well, I feel like it's very important because, well, that's what I fell in love with. Like the Jay Z, the Nas, the Biggie, the Tupac. Wu Tang. You know, everything from the '90s, really. Redman. All the legends, and that was my favorite era in hip hop. So I kind of gravitate to that more. I
Yeah,
do branch out and try new things and explore new things just to challenge myself. But like I said, my favorite is just the real boom bap lyrical. Yeah,
no doubt. Um, as far as boom bap and lyrical, how important is it to plug that into today? How do y'all feel about just a lot of the classic MCs that are basically coming out and bringing out material? How do you feel like that helps y'all to be able to kind of get the ears of certain people?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Man,
Oh, go ahead.
now you want that, cuz?
I mean, you go first. Go ahead, go ahead.
Well, me personally, man, and that's a good question, by the way. Man, me personally, I feel like to hear the old school, the old legends, man, going back at it, getting back out there, that motivates me. It motivates me. I'm in my 30s. Um, it makes me feel like it's okay to rap still. You know what I mean? And be out here and doing my thing. That's basically what this album that we recently dropped, Bats and Bars, is kind of pretty much kind of what part of the album is about. Being this old and being able to get out there and still do it and feel like nobody can stop us, and you know what I mean. And that's, I know for a fact that's how the greats is feeling, getting back out there, doing their thing, and starting a whole new thing for themselves. It motivates me and lets me know that I can still rock. I can still, the lane is still open. If that makes sense.
No doubt, definitely.
Man,
Um,
I actually love it to hear to see those guys make new music, and because they bringing back the real sound in hip hop, and keeping it alive also. So it's always good to see the legends make music, and like you said, it keeps the lane open for guys like myself, the new upcoming artists that's trying to get out there in the world, and it keeps the lane open for us where it don't die out. I don't never really think hip hop die out anyway, but still, like it the new generation, they don't really know a lot about the the real lyrical boom bap sound and the history of hip hop, and they don't know all that stuff. So it's good to hear them come back out and make classic albums and still be doing it in their old age too, because it shows you that
Yeah,
like my cousin said, it's longevity in the game. So it shows you that too as well.
definitely. I think a lot of things go in cycles, and that connection helps keep a lot of the culture solvent. People,
yes.
a lot of culture, a lot of things. When it comes to what we've created, starts getting lost when the next generation doesn't have connection to the roots of everything
Hmm.
that started.
Right.
So,
Yep.
but I see y'all. You talked about your albums that you created and things of that nature. I see y'all got from the most recent one, you got songs like "Make It Make Sense," "Make It Moves," "Trials," "You Will Go On," "It Is Written." Um, do y'all have particular a favorite song? A favorite
Mm.
uh, you know track that y'all created? I know I've spoken to artists, interview artists like RBX. He said kind of whatever he's creating at the time. That may be his first. That may be his favorite. And then I've spoken to other people like Punchline or other old school artists or other veterans that say it's difficult to choose one, or they do have one for whatever reason.
Yeah, I would say,
Yeah,
man, it's I don't really have a favorite song up there, but yeah, it's kind of hard to pick a favorite. But I
yeah,
will say some verses stand out more than others. I will say that. Yeah.
yeah. I don't really have a favorite neither. Yeah, I don't have a favorite, but I will say, it was the most fun creating the last song on the album. It's called Back to Back. That song was the most fun to create because it was me and Cuz going back to back, and I've never really done that with someone so lyrical. You know what I mean? And me and Cuz was going back to back, and it felt like Jadakiss and Styles P almost like going ham. You know what I mean? So yeah,
That's what's up.
it was definitely fun to create that last one. And with that, when we created that, we definitely said to ourselves like, yeah, we got to do more of those in the upcoming projects.
So did y'all do most of the production on this particular project?
Yes, I pretty much produced everything. Me and another producer named Storm Watkins are the ones who did the beats and the instrumentals.
Hmm.
Um, another
Mm-hmm.
producer named Caesar. Yeah, he did a couple of tracks on it, and yeah, what they did is they sent us the music to work with, and I kind of produced them by and mastered them, and those guys are wonderful to work with. They make incredible beats, incredible music. Um, and man, I have to have me personally. I have to have the song have to be uh like something that I feel in my heart before I actually can say that it's actually good enough for me to, you know what I mean? Like I get on other stuff with other people, but
Hmm.
if I'm working on a project of my own, it has to feel right to me. And every every track that those two guys create along with myself, it's like they can't miss.
That's what's up.
Me personally, I don't make beats at the moment. I'm actually considering getting into learning how to make beats though. But right now,
Yeah.
I just write. That's it. I'm just an artist at the moment.
Talk about collaboration. Collaborating with one another. Being family. Um, is there some other people? Who else have y'all collaborated with?
I've collaborated with a lot of local artists in my town. Um, from I mean it's been a lot. I say the biggest name that I've collaborated with was it would have to be it would have to be uh my baby, my cousin. He kind of went up and did big things. And he kind of got his music out and going big places. Um, I'm still doing my thing. I'm still connecting with others. I was finna say some of the projects that I'm recently finna connect with, but I'm gonna kind of leave that on the back burner for now because I am finna collaborate with a couple of people um, and try to open up some new avenues to get to share some different type of sounding music with my fans. And yeah, so collaboration, it will mostly be the local people, artists from North Carolina.
Yeah, same with me. Everybody that I collaborated with been local artists from Wilson, North Carolina as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, so same here.
As far as you know, your list of who would you like to collaborate with?
As far as
As far as
like local or mainstream or what you
local,
mean?
mainstream, underground, independent.
uh, it's oh man, it's a lot.
Yeah, oh yeah,
um, shoot. Well, number one, Jay Z. I mean, that's my favorite rapper. So I gotta say Jay Z as far as mainstream.
Hmm.
Um, Nas mainstream. Oh
yeah,
man, and Scarface. I mean, the list go on and on, man.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
As far as underground, well, he ain't even really underground no more. But my guy Larry June, man, he be
Oh
killing
yeah,
it.
Larry June. And I always wanted to do a song with Common Sense.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's my favorite rapper, man. His longevity is just out of this world to me. He can stop and come back, and it'll be like he never left. And him, Andre 3000, which
Yeah, shout out,
Andre probably done hung it up. I don't
shout
know,
out. Yeah, shout out to
but
Outkast. Shout out to
yes, man. Shout out to
Outkast.
Outkast because
Yeah.
man,
And
I got an Outkast shirt on right here. So
and
shout, you know what I mean? That's them
and
my boys, man. And man, like that would be like a dream come true to do a track with Andre. I always wanted to do a track with JID. Um, I feel like he's crazy dope. Him, J. Cole.
yeah,
Um,
very cool. Shout out to
man,
8 Ball and MJG. You know,
Oh,
oh man, yeah, you. Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah, they legends in the game. As far as the
Mm-hmm.
South, you know, we
Three
I
Six
got to give it
Mafia.
to the guys in the South because they paved the way for us down south. So you
Oh
know,
my God, yeah. 3 6 Mafia, all them boys, man. If I could do a song with them boys, I'll be good.
yeah. So as far as collaborations, how do people usually get in touch with y'all? Y'all just how do they reach out with y'all?
Well, most of my collaborations have been me mostly reaching out, but
Hmm.
I have had some of my collaborations that they heard my music and that's how they reached out to me. The last group, my last group that I'm with and I'm still with right now, it's a group of local artists. They're all from Australia, and what they do is they do kind of like a upbeat hip hop. It's still hip hop, but it's like it's old school hip hop, but it's kind of upbeat tempo type hip hop. And I've been rocking with those boys for about 2 3 years now, getting into another style of hip hop that's kind of helping me with my lyricism
Hmm.
and yeah, man. So I basically be collaborating with a lot of guys um from here and some of the guys from Australia, and it's been a ride, man.
um, I mostly just I just network, man. You know, on a personal level, like word of mouth, and if I come across some great artists that I feel like we'll make good music together, I normally reach out to them and see what we can do. And but mostly so far, everybody I collaborated with been from Wilson, North Carolina as well.
So what is the next steps for y'all? What do y'all plan to do? What are kind of the goals for where y'all want to go?
Well, I know we've been talking about a lot of shows outside of the county. We've been trying to book a lot of shows out of town, and so we can get our fan base up. And we're out here now, so we've been doing a lot of promoting. We just got some shirts made. Um, they dope. We definitely finna try to get out there with that and do our thing and pretty much just keep pushing like that. Brandon, I'm getting ready to move into different avenues. Me personally, getting ready to move into different avenues, streaming and doing a couple blogs. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
trying to let people uh get my name out there so people can understand and see us and you know what I mean and understand what we're doing out here, man. Basically.
So, yeah, to piggyback off what you said, yeah, in the future, it's maybe in the next couple months or so, I plan on me and him both rolling out merch to go with the music, and I'm gonna just continue to keep making music, man. I'm a real firm believer in that. You put the work in, you just keep grinding, keep putting the work in, and the universe, the reward will come. You know what I'm saying? The people
Yeah.
they'll find you. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? As
No
long
doubt.
as you keep making good music and quality work, that's how I feel. Quality products.
And as far as booking shows and things like that, how do y'all, kind of go about that? How do you search out kind of the places you want to be, or kind of research the venues that you kind of want to get into, or things of that nature?
Well, back in the day, we used to kind of just book anything, like whatever we could find. But today, these days, we basically be trying to find something that is more prevalent to our style. So we've been trying to find more places that is like less. I used to do club scenes a lot. Like I used to do the club scene
Yeah.
and the places like that, parties and stuff like that. But now we're trying to see if we can up the level a little bit, find bigger scenes and and maybe more like you know music oriented scenes and like jazz clubs and stuff like that. Places where I feel like our music could be more native,
Hmm.
compared to like the club scenes, which we do have like party tracks and club tracks and stuff like that. But we feel like in order for us to share most of our catalog, it'll have to be somewhere where we both can kind of get where the crowd can connect with us and we can connect with the crowd a little more.
Definitely. So how do y'all set up your performance sets? How do y'all decide what kind of songs y'all want to put together, and what's going to be the type of you know presentation that you have for the crowd?
You want to answer this, Kev?
Oh well, I'll just say, well, I'll just go briefly over it, and I'll let you come back. I'll say, I guess it's kind of like how you feeling in the moment that day. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah,
That's how we've done it in the past. I mean, whatever song we feel like performing that day, we kind of just, hey, you want to do this one? We agree on it, and we just go with that.
right. Yeah, it's kind of the same. Like it's a creative process that we do. We get together, listen to the music, and see what sound that sounds best to the location that we're going to. One thing I have learned doing a lot of shows is you have to know your location. You have to know where you're going. Um, and that falls back to what I said about the club scene and the difference between the club scenes and other places. You have to know where you're going because some places, they might want to listen to this type of music. Some places want to listen to that type of music. So you kind of got to know where you're going so you can kind of build your catalog around that.
And speaking of places, and knowing where you're going, is there specific venues like that y'all have learned of, that legendary venues that you want to try to perform at, kind of your bucket list of places?
Well, as of now, I haven't really have like a place where I like a bucket list type place. But I do know a place where I know if I'm there, then I probably we probably done made it. That's like the Staples Center or like Madison Square Garden or somewhere like that. Like if we made it to somewhere like that, like the Staples, like Madison Square Garden, like that's different. You know what I mean? That's big
Mhm.
to me.
Yeah,
Yeah. As far as I don't really have no places on the bucket list. I'm
Right.
still not at the moment, but maybe later in the career I probably will.
Yeah.
no doubt, no doubt. Um, so, are there other things that y'all looking forward to doing, um, with your music?
Oh yeah. Well, recently I been trying to get into a kind of a like a electric vibe scene. Um, like I love my hip hop, and I've been trying to incorporate an electric style, like electric music to it. My one of my producers from Australia, he know how to do a lot of electric type music, like
Hmm.
pop type stuff. So I'm trying to incorporate his style with my style to try to come up with a type of dance music with hip hop, like a dance hip hop style.
Okay,
And I have a couple of projects that I'm working on, me and him, and we're going to see if we can try to put something together for an upcoming album.
As far as myself, I probably next year maybe roll out another solo project, and just I may have some features on it from some guys from I may collaborate with some guys on it, but just rolling out another solo project for the next year, and then probably doubling back with my cousin on another collaboration project. But yeah, just continuing to make music and working with different producers. I'll say that's probably big on my
Yeah,
list, because I feel like different producers uh bring out different aspects of my music, my writing. I have to come different on different sounds and different styles, you know what I'm saying? So it challenged me
definitely.
to be a better artist. I'll say that, a better versatile artist, because everybody, you can't flow the same. I don't want to be that mono mono sound artist where you sound the same on everything, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Monotone. So
Yeah,
I wanted to be different, where they say, "Oh man, this project sound different from that project. This project, yeah, I like to keep the music fresh, man. You know what I'm saying?"
yeah.
definitely. Um, so we're kind of coming to close to the end of the time. Is there anybody you want to shout out before we get out?
uh,
I want to shout out the Storm, Storm Watkins. He helped with this album. Um, I want to shout out to my coach, Caden LeBray. Um, him along with my cousin here, they kind of gave me that spirit to get back out there and get into it, and and do my thing, and what I'm saying, and move with a purpose. And and I got to give shout outs to my wife. She was always there. She's been here, um, moving with me. You know what I'm saying, holding me down.
Hmm.
And and yeah, man. Everybody who helped with this project, man. Caesar Beats. Everybody, man. Everybody.
Um, I say shout out to my cousin, Young Bars the Matic. You know what I'm saying? I can give him a shout out. I'm proud of him for sticking with it. Shout
Yeah,
out
man.
to Storm Watkins. One of my best, one of my right hand mans. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Great producer. Same thing. Shout out to my other brother, Jarrell Lofton. Great producer. And shout out to Caesar too. Caesar Beats. You know what I'm saying? Shout
Oh
out to
yeah.
him because that was a nice instrumental he gave us. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, for now
Okay.
anyway. Yeah. Oh, and shout out to my uncle. He actually a jazz
Oh
player, but
yeah.
shout out to my uncle Chan Hall, man. He gave us a opportunity to
To do
perform
big thing. To
on his
perform.
platform with a jazz band behind us. So that was the first time I ever performed
Oh, that's definitely
with a
dope.
jazz band behind
Yeah.
us. So that was
It
that
was
was pretty cool.
phenomenal.
That was dope. Yeah.
Definitely
Phenomenal
dope.
performance. Yeah.
Um, so any advice for any other upcoming, artists like yourself? What What do you have? Any other advice for them?
Um, Me personally, man, I would just tell them to stick to it. And my deepest thing to say it to you, man, is just think about the day to day, man. It's never gonna be like you wake up one day and you done made it. You gotta live day to day with this thing, with this music. You know what I mean? Because this music is day to day. You have to live with it. You gotta sleep with it. You gotta eat with it. You gotta breathe with it. You gotta do everything with it. You gotta be with your kids with it. You just it gotta be in your heart. It gotta be a part of you. And that's what kind of, to me, that's what separates the regular artists from the phenomenal artists, like the ones who, it's don't matter what they doing, they could be doing anything. It's there though. It's just they breathing it. Like you gotta have it in you at all times if you want to be successful. You just gotta have that drive, man, to get up and go and do what the things that you don't want to do. You know what I mean? And have the courage to keep pushing even when you may not feel like things is moving your way. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep pushing. That's all you got to do.
Um, I would say to the a new artist out there, man, stay true to yourself. That's the main. That's a big thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Create the music you want to create. You know what I'm saying? Don't don't step outside of who you are to try to please nobody else or to try to make music to fit in. Be you and stand out and be different. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes you who you are, your uniqueness. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And your authentic just be authentic, you know what I'm saying? Be you. So
Definitely, definitely dope. Of course, let everybody know where they can get your music at, and
so you can
You can you
oh good.
okay, go ahead, cuz. Go ahead, cuz. Go ahead, cuz.
Oh well I was gonna say you can find I'm on all platforms as far as streaming platforms. Mr. Bats on all streaming platforms. You can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Bats. And you can also look me on Bandcamp, Mr. Bats as well. So you will see all my projects, all the music I ever made. They all in one spot.
And you can find me at Demedic01 on Instagram. That's DEM I mean DAMEDIC 01. That's Instagram. And you can find me at Young Bars the Medic on Spotify and all platforms. That's me, Young Bars the Medic. Young Bars, beat with a Z, BARZ, Young Bars. And I'm on all platforms. And yeah, man, we rolling.
no doubt. Appreciate y'all for coming on. Of course, we look to network more in the future. Definitely look forward for hearing more from y'all. Of course, you can send, as with everybody, can send their radio ready music to nccceo at Yahoo. That's nccceo at Yahoo to get your chance to get your music spun on the Underground Experience radio show.
Okay.
Um, and we appreciate y'all for coming on again. And I always end my show this way. Nobody knows anything, everything. Everybody knows something. So network, network, network.
No doubt.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Appreciate the opportunity, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
With that, we out. Peace.
All right.
Peace.